Today's team is a team I'm very intrigued to talk about, a team that seems to have a lot of fans in the text line from it, the Chicago Bears.
All right. I don't know if it's a lot of fans, and most of them are pretty well just self-hating Bears fans, and
Right.
you can understand why. And the Bears have been interesting for a long time. They just haven't turned the corner from interesting to, good.
Right. And the stat around them is they haven't had a 4,000-yard passer since I don't even know. I can't even remember the last time. Jim McMahon didn't do it. I think it was Sid Luckman.
I will AI it for you.
Okay, AI it. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. But the Bears have kind of a tough schedule. Well, I am very high on this team. I'll tell you. Going through grades here.
My God. The Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer in their franchise history.
That is insane.
Several quarterbacks have come close, but no one has done it. Eric Kramer's 3,838 passing yards in 1995 is the closest anyone has come. Oh, the agony of the Bears.
The agony.
Bears.
Yes, Bears. Quarterback C+. I think this can go up to an A. This could go down to a D when it's all said and done. Super volatile. I buy the ceiling of Caleb Williams.
That sounds like you're hedging your bets. Though they could be great or they could be horrible.
Right.
What is the difference?
It's that the Bears have a really high ceiling and a low floor. They're the most volatile team in the NFL this year. There is a way in which they win 4 or 5 games. There is also a way in which this team can win 12 games. There is all range of outcomes here. A running back, I gave it a C. I like the addition of Swift. I think that's good. Wide receiver, for the first time in quite a while, because the conversation around Justin Fields was they couldn't put the right pieces around him. Now, all of a sudden, you've got Roma Dunze, who we saw Washington as a stud, and you've got DJ Moore. And what they've done at the tight end position with Colston Loveland from Michigan, they've got dudes around Caleb Williams. There is no excuse except for Caleb Williams in this Bears team. That's just the reality. So receiver, I went B. O-line, C-. Front 7, I like Montez Sweat, them getting him. They got some pieces in there. They got Edmonds from the Bills. That's a solid piece, so I gave him a C+. And defensive backs, I gave them a C. So the defense, I think, can be it can be okay. It can be decent. I don't think it's going to be one that's going to go out there and win you a Super Bowl, but it can be serviceable if the offense really finds a groove. So looking at this schedule here, it's a tough schedule. You play in the NFC North. This is a tough division, possibly the hardest division in football, I think behind only the AFC West. That being said, I still have the Bears winning 9 games. Whoa. I have them going 9-8.
Hey, usually you give yours after we give ours.
Okay. Yeah. I want to switch it up. I guess.
Why'd you change it?
I guess I can give you. I'll give you the ropes. What do you think, Jeffrey?
I think 7 wins.
7 wins or lower on them.
I can't imagine. So if they were given the choice of doing great things or doing mediocre things, the Bears generally have always landed on the mediocre.
Right.
They've had a lot of draft picks. They went out and got some talent, but they still just have not been able to have the gravy congeal, if you will. Right. So I don't have a lot of faith in them. So that's why I'm going to give them. And I looked at their schedule; they got some tough ones there.
It is tough.
So I'm going to go 7 wins on that. Right, Randy?
Last year they were 5-12.
Yep.
I know they have a new head coach.
Yep.
I'm still not buying this team right now. I still have the Bears in last place, but I will give them 6 wins.
So I got 6. You got 6. I got 7, and Harris says 9.
9 wins, and in terms of some future claims I have for the Bears, Ben Johnson's a massive hire. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Caleb Williams talked about how he had trouble. He had to watch a lot of film by himself. His OCs were unavailable.
Yeah.
That is horrid for a rookie's development, because a rookie, he's still trying to figure out the ropes, especially at a quarterback. Now, he's not only going to have a guy who's for sure going to watch film with him, he's going to have one of the best coordinators in the game, a guy that I've really talked up in Ben Johnson right there. I think that elevates, and he has the pieces around him, Caleb Williams. He's got the talent, 2 good receivers, 3, if you include Colston Loveland, and an amazing play caller. That alone, put that in a vacuum, that works 8 times out of 10. That's how I see it. I think in 2 years, the Bears will be Super Bowl contenders. That's a bold claim. I stick by it. I think next year, they're going to be middle of the pack. I think they could go out and win this division. So some bets that I have, I'm going to sprinkle on the over 8.5 at plus 115. But I'm gonna put my poker chips on the table here. Plus 475 to win the NFC North. I think they can do it. I think they can win that division.
The North?
The NFC North. I love the value there.
The Bears to beat the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions?
Yes, because I think all 4 of these teams are middle of the pack. I think all 4 of them. And you get a team that I think is going to be middle of the pack at plus 475. Green Bay, we've had questions at receiver. They've been hovering around the 9 wins 2 straight years with Jordan Love as the starter. Who's to say they're going to take a year 3 jump? We don't know that. Detroit, their schedule's gruesome. It's a hard schedule. And they lose their best play caller. And Minnesota's got a rookie quarterback. So I think there's an opening at which Chicago can win this division. And I'm taking the ceiling there. So putting my poker chips on the table, taking Chicago to win the division. Do I think they win the division outright? I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say there's a heck of a lot of value in that bet. So there you have it.
Kyle G says, not only have the Bears never had a 4,000-yard passer, last year they punted for more yards than they passed.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. That's the most Bears stat you could possibly get.
Yeah.
Random texter says, so when have the Chicago Bears had a receiver to throw to in franchise history? I can think of a few good running backs in their history, some spectacular defenses, but wide receivers can't think of one.
I can think of a couple guys. I mean, they had Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey, years ago, and that was solid, but you had Jay Cutler. And there were some questions there when he was under center, a lot of highs and a lot of lows. I think this is Caleb Williams, the most talented quarterback prospect that the Bears have ever had.
Oh, the Bears. Yeah. I mean, that's just that see, we worry about our teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, mine's won a Super Bowl a couple times. Your guys haven't. But we think about our teams and how historically bad they are. And then they're like, even the Bears have a Super Bowl.
Right.
So I guess it's really depressing for you guys, isn't it?
Well, the Bears have also, they got a Super Bowl before we existed. Or with the Titans, at least.
Doesn't matter if you
the
existed
Cardinals
or not.
existed. Well, they've had a longer time, is what I'm saying. They're at an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point.
Well, the Cardinals have been around since the
The
Bears.
Cardinals, you can't say that.
The Cardinals have been around since the inception of the NFL, and they've won a football championship in the NFL. They just never
not
have
in
won
the
a
NFL.
Super Bowl. Yeah, they did.
That's right. Before they called it the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Okay.
What was that, like 56 or something?
It was in the 40s, I believe,
40s.
and who cares?
That's when there was only one blade on the shaver.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, yes, they have never had a 4,000-yard passer. People like to rub that in on the Bears, I think.
Yeah.
For good reason. I mean, they've had a lot of time to do it. A lot of time.
Random texter,
Poor
9-8. The Bears at 9-8. Well, Triple H, we know now why you work at 1580. Hey, what the hell is that supposed
What
to
is
mean?
that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that was mean.
Don
Yes.
Hicks, which would be Harris's dad, says Jay Cutler from Santa Claus, Indiana, lives in Leapers Fork. Well, thank you. We were all sitting around wondering, where's Jay Cutler live? Where does he live?
He is near. I've seen him at the Leapers Fork Market.
Is he
I've seen
smoking indoors?
No, he wasn't. Maybe I just maybe I didn't see him.
Cabana says
I didn't
Willie
see
Galt
him.
was a good Bears receiver. 2 best young guys were Kolowski and Waddle. They caught everything.
Yeah.
And
There's some
then
other Bears.
Swave Dave sent a question mark.
They've had good running backs, like Gale Sayers was good. Obviously Walter Payton, but they just have never. I mean, outside of Brandon Marshall, are there any other potential Hall of Fame receivers that the Bears have had? I don't think so. So, am I forgetting someone? I feel like I'm forgetting someone. The Bears have had a illustrious history.
We're all straining to think of someone.
Yeah.
Big George says, Randy, I love the enthusiasm. You are correct. The Cardinals are two-time NFL champions, 1925 and 1947.
There you
My
go.
great
Oh my
uncle
gosh.
was on the 1947 Chicago Cardinals NFL championship team.
Hey, how about that? How about that, Big George? Congratulations.
Mr. Wilbur says, of course the Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer. The Bears never had really a good quarterback either. You can blame the quarterback. You can blame the receivers. No matter what the case, the Bears, well, they have yet to. Well, that's it. I'm going to stop there.
Yeah.
They have yet
Yeah.
to.
I think that
Yeah.
can change this year or next year.